They know something you don't. While the rest of the world scrolls, sleeps, and stresses about tomorrow, the wealthiest minds on the planet are quietly buying their way off of it. Billionaires, tech titans, old money dynasties, they're not just investing in stocks or real estate anymore. They're funding entire worlds, floating cities beyond our atmosphere, self-sustaining colonies carved into the void of space. But why? What did they see that we don't? Is it ambition or is it escape? A bold vision for humanity's future or a silent admission that this one is running out of time? The answers are stranger, darker, and more fascinating than you'd expect. Buckle up, because what's being built above our heads will change everything happening down here, and it's already begun.
The first trillion-dollar real estate isn't on Earth, it's in space. Silently, above our heads, the greatest land rush in human history has already begun. Not in cities, not in oceans, but in the endless vacuum beyond Earth. While most people invest in land, stocks, or gold, the ultra-rich are aiming far higher, toward orbiting stations, lunar bases, and future Martian cities. Experts predict the space economy could explode to over $1 trillion, turning space into the most valuable marketplace ever created. But this isn't just about exploration, it's about ownership. The first platforms, transport systems, and habitats built beyond Earth could define who controls trade, resources, and access in the next era of civilization. Every satellite launched, every mission funded, is a step toward claiming a piece of this invisible empire. Because in the coming decades, the most valuable real estate won't have an address on Earth. It will float far above it.
Earth is getting crowded. The ultra-rich are planning an escape. Quietly, a backup plan for humanity is already under construction, not in underground bunkers or remote islands, but far beyond the sky. As Earth faces rising temperatures, shrinking resources, and unpredictable global risks, some of the world's wealthiest minds are no longer thinking short-term. They're thinking survival. Space colonies are being designed as more than scientific experiments. They are being imagined as self-sustaining worlds, capable of supporting human life if conditions on Earth begin to fail. Every investment in rockets, habitats, and life support systems is a step toward creating a second home for civilization. This isn't panic, it's preparation at the highest level. While billions continue life as usual, a select few are funding the ultimate insurance policy, one that doesn't depend on Earth at all. Because if the future becomes uncertain here, those who planned ahead won't be staying behind. Asteroids could make today's billionaires trillionaires. Drifting silently through the darkness are fortunes beyond imagination, not locked in vaults or buried beneath Earth, but floating in space, untouched and waiting. Asteroids are packed with rare metals like platinum, gold, and nickel, with some single rocks holding more value than entire economies on Earth. To most, they are distant objects. To a select few, they are the ultimate opportunity. Investors are already funding technologies to reach, extract, and transport these resources, turning science fiction into a future industry. The first companies to succeed won't just profit, they could dominate a supply chain that never runs dry. This isn't mining as we know it, it's the birth of cosmic resource empires, where ownership isn't measured in acres, but in entire celestial bodies. Because in the race for space wealth, those who arrive first won't just be rich, they'll redefine what wealth even means. The real money isn't colonies, it's the empire around them. Hidden behind the dream of living in space is a far bigger prize. Not the colonies themselves, but the vast network that makes them possible. While futuristic habitats capture attention, the real power lies in the systems surrounding them. Satellite constellations, space-based internet, cargo transport routes, and orbital stations.
These are the invisible highways and industries of space, already drawing billions in private investment. Every signal transmitted, every shipment delivered, every connection made in orbit becomes part of a growing economic web. And at the center of it all, space colonies act as hubs, fueling demand, expansion, and control. This is how empires are built, not by a single structure, but by the ecosystem around it. Because in the new space age, those who control the infrastructure won't just support the future, they'll own the flow of everything within it.
Whoever builds the first space colony controls the future. Unwritten laws create the biggest opportunities in history. Right now, space remains a frontier without clear ownership rules. No borders, no governments, no final authority. And that uncertainty is exactly what makes it so powerful. The first to build permanent colonies won't just survive there, they'll define how everything works. From resource rights to trade systems, early players could shape the rules of an entirely new world. History has shown this before. Those who arrived first didn't just explore, they controlled. Because beyond Earth, power won't be given, it will be claimed by those bold enough to go first. The race to space is no longer science fiction, it is the next great power shift. While most people look up and wonder, the richest minds are already building the systems, rules, and escape routes of tomorrow. And when the first colony rises beyond Earth, it will not just change space, it will change humanity forever.